What's up, ladies and gentlemen? chuckfinleLP Sonic Heroes Part 19, or I'm sorry, 19. We are now beginning the Frog Forest Zone, and our mission is to explore the jungle where the animals live. And just as always, everyone has their own reasons for being out on this quest. Alright, so as I said last part, I'll probably change this section to a video on just to show you some good ways to get the A ranks for this team and others. There isn't anything I can say that will add to this portion of the Let's Play, because I've done showed everything off I can with Team Sonic and Team Dark, outside of just maybe going along a few different other paths that I may not have went on before. That's about the only new thing that I could show, but and there really ain't that much to talk about with this team. They are the easiest team, and therefore by default the hardest team to actually do a Let's Play on. I think I've given as much relevant backstory as I can, except for just a few things that I will mention later on. But with Team Chaotix, however, I will definitely be able to show off more, or talk more about the team, and so I should make it more interesting with them. So just bear with me while I'm doing this. I'll work on it and try to get through this as fast as I can. I may actually, depending on how long these videos up here are, I might actually try to group more levels together, since these are relatively short. I'll see how long where I'm at in time here on Frog Forest, and I'll see how that goes. But yeah, just remember, don't hesitate to use the Team Blast, since it does fill up faster than any team, and especially if you don't have all of your characters leveled up by near the middle of the level. You can kind of tell, especially if you've played the other teams first, then you would definitely know kind of where the middle of the level is. Some things that I forgot to mention about the formations is that they have element. Every formation has an element that they use, such as speed uses wind, flight uses lightning or electricity, and power uses fire. Okay, probably should have saved it for here. I don't know. No, I guess not. This ain't too bad. And you can use those different elements for different things, like the wind to pick the flowers up in the propellers, the electricity to stun robots, and the fire to use the torches in Hang Castle, which we'll need in Team Chaotix for a mission that they have. Try to get probably over 40,000 with this team. I went back and did Bullet Storm. I fixed my memory card issue, so I shouldn't have any more problems like that. But I had to replay Bullet Station 2 and the Egg Albatross boss fight, and I got 48,000 points with the Bullet Station, and was able to obviously get the A rank. So with this team, you may want to try to shoot a little bit lower than whatever you get. If you feel that you've done poorly in a level and you still get an A rank, then you're probably about as low as you can go to get the A rank. But if you get a high, if you think you've done well and you've clearly gotten the A rank, then you could probably try to shoot lower, especially if you are with this team. Each team has their own set number of points needed to gain the A rank. So just because you get a high score with Team Dark and you get the A rank doesn't mean that that will transfer over to Team Sonic or any other team, especially since like we saw with what was it? Seaside Hill Act 2, which the name of that one was. Alright, so for this ring, since I've never actually been on it, I don't think, and talked about it a whole lot, what you want to do to try to get some of these spheres that are up high is to keep yourself in that direction, or whichever direction you want to go. Swing the characters up about as high as you want to go, and then hit the boost, and you'll stay there for, I believe, 3 to 4 seconds. And so you can use that to your advantage. I still don't know what those blue spheres do. I guess I should look into that. I still haven't done that yet either, but anyway. So, yeah, but, you know, just, if you're with Team Dark, it pretty much goes off the level, but it still is around that same thought process of how well you do in the level, how many opportunities they give you to get points, such as enemies, lines of rings, and different things you can break in the background. But with a team like Team Sonic that focuses more on speed, then that's where you would want to focus a little bit more on the speed, or on the time bonus that you would gain. With Team Rose, that's pretty much the same thing. The time bonus is the biggest thing that will help you out, but it's not as important as with Team Sonic because the levels are shorter, so the well, I guess the time bonus would actually be more important with Team Rose because the levels are shorter. Let's see. Well, I thought they were going to say something about it, but I'm too busy talking and complaining. Ouch. Yeah, I want to be careful while doing that. But yeah, you know, of course we're not going to be saved from having to deal with these robots, but there's just not going to be sorry about that. There's not going to be as many of them around, and there's nothing up there for us to get. Ouch. Yeah, so, you know, with Team Rose, I would definitely say that the time bonus is more effective, so, you know, not messing around trying to go after rings like that would definitely help trying to go after the A rank. Trying to go through the section as much as possible, so, you know, definitely use your team blasts when you have them. I probably should go ahead and use the team blast now, but I would like to try to wait for a group of robots that I would need to use them on, or even just one of those big hammer robots. And you can see right there they gave you a platform that you could jump on in case you have trouble with those sections with other teams. And that's why one of the reasons why you shouldn't start off with Team Rose. You know, this is a good beginner team and all that, but you still don't want to start off with Team Rose, because especially if you have trouble with, say, Team Dark, then you would have then, like, they gave you a platform there so you wouldn't fall, right where there isn't a platform with any other team. So you want to condition yourself to expect the worst and be able to deal with it better than just you know, having all of these handicaps waiting for you. Now you can go after those the egg pawns, you won't get any score if the frog kills them. So just keep that in mind when if you're trying to go after the A rank. Let's see, there should have been something. Here we go. But yeah, just keep that in mind while you're trying to go after the A rank. And it is actually useful to try to line these rings up because you'll usually gain something good from them with this team. Let's see. Alright. But yeah, there really ain't too much else. Let's see if there will... Okay, so instead of 2, there's 2 of those black robots with the spear spikes on them, and then one of those big hammer-wielding robots. And that actually would have been easier to just say, okay, well, go ahead and use the team, or don't waste your team blast on it, unless you're going after the A rank. If you're just trying to do it for fun, you know that is way too easy to waste to use a team blast on. You can just blow right through it. You know, then easily get the A rank with it, or just to use the individual members. But I used it because everyone didn't have a level or power core and wasn't fully leveled up, and you gain an additional bonus if all of your characters are level 3 at the end of the stage. So that will also help. It won't give you too big of a bonus, but it definitely does help. And a good round number for this team would probably be 35,000 to 40,000 every level, because you saw I've almost had 45,000 twice there, and I still got the A rank for this zone. So you may want to try to go after that. And that'll definitely help you out a lot with a good number. You know, like with Team Dark, the numbers were all over the place. You know, you really couldn't get a good number with them, neither with Team Sonic, even though I didn't really try all that much. Or I didn't try to actually look and see if I could find a number. But anyway. So, yeah, I hope we should make it. We should get to the field of orange spheres and easily get through this, or get the Chaos Emerald. I'm surprised I didn't already get it, but I did get caught on that on the wall there when I could have easily went after some of those orange sphere bunches and got the Chaos Emerald. And that you don't want to try to go after, like if you're in one of the turns in the tunnels, you don't want to go after too many of the spheres that are up on the walls, because you'll get caught like that. You want to try to keep it more in the middle. Even if there are spheres up there, you definitely just want to try to keep it in the middle as much as possible, and then you won't get any weird glitches like I had with Team Sonic, or you won't get just caught up there and fall and waste time.
Excuse me, miss. I was wondering if I could ask you something.
If it's about a date, it'll have to wait.
Jay, you think this is a joke, you little brat? Now handle that chow nice and easy.
I bet you're the ones who took chocolate chow.
What?
It's not nice to tease my friends.
Yeah, time to rock and roll.
So if you played this team first, it would actually seem like Team Chaotix is the bad guy trying to take cheese from these. But once we play Team Chaotix, you'll know their side of the story, and it's all harmless.
Gotta be a major misunderstanding here, but we can't back down now.
As there always is. Okay, I was gonna say, I thought I almost knocked everybody off. Yeah, I'm not sure if these team rival battles are easy with Team Rose or not.
Sorry, but there's no time for this.
You know, I don't know. They seem to be easier, especially since going after Team Dark, or with Team Dark and Team Sonic. But anyway, thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many of those fruit? Oh no, I done that one. Let me think. Well, crap. It'll it'll be in the description of the video. I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you for watching. Until. Alright, well, sorry about that. Obviously, awkward ending to this, to the end of this video, but as soon as I quit, I had remembered that I was going to maybe think about grouping these videos together, and I noticed that I'd only just barely went under 15 minutes with the last video, and if I hadn't have messed around, it would have definitely been under 15 minutes. So I decided to, instead of keep it at a 14-minute video, to just go ahead and start over from there. I know I kind of talked over that scene. I will, well, I guess I will try to stick the scene at some point in the video somewhere. I don't know, maybe well, yeah, I guess I will. At the end of Egg Fleet Zone, I'll just go ahead and use the. I'll just go ahead and make the video, or I'll go to this cutscene and just stick that at the end of that video. Anything I can do to not mess over my fans, you know, I'll gladly do. Making these videos short, you know, I really can't do nothing about that. It's just because the way the game, Sega wanted to make this team, you know, new player friendly, so these zones are going to be a lot shorter compared to like Team Dark and Team Sonic. But compared to this, Team Chaotic zones are going to take me a lot longer, and I will very rarely get over a C. Well, I should very rarely get over a C, but I will try to do a little bit more research, and to make it more entertaining, I'll try to find out where the locations of all the mission items are. Maybe. I won't say I will for sure, but I'll definitely try to do something different to make it more interesting. So, let's see. Yep. You can definitely tell how easy this, you know, just I keep finding more ways to point out how easy this team is. Especially, well, I guess this isn't as easy, you know, it would have been easier if we could have flipped the thing over and just went on it like that. But if you use the flight formation, you won't fall off, so you shouldn't have any trouble with that. Let's see, this should be about 18 minutes now, so that's still pretty good. You can see I'm just barely went over 3 minutes with this zone, and there really isn't that much to show off. Like, there isn't too many secret areas, and with this team it's more one path. There isn't too many multiple paths to get to the end, like with Team Sonic or Team Dark. Again, you know, this is all for beginner players, so you know, you can't have 3 different paths just to get to the end. Like with I think the Seaside Hill Act 2. I still haven't learned the name of that one yet, but with Seaside Hill Act 2, you know, there was differences in the or the different paths that you could have taken weren't as many, and they all still kind of kept you towards the middle. Even when I went along the power path on the cannon with the turtles with the rocks on their backs, I still had areas where, well, oh well, shouldn't run out of time, I don't think. But you definitely want to try to go after along the handhold area there. And now we're just gonna have to. hurry and hope we didn't screw up, or hope I didn't screw up. Let's see, I don't think I lost too much time. Crap. Well, coming into the chow section, I definitely will lose a lot of time. I won't gain as big a bonus as I would have, but I think I should be able to get enough individual spheres to keep my time relatively high. But that's some of the dangers of doing the bonus section. You know, you want to try to train for going after the Chaos Emerald, then you forget that there is a time feature to it, and there will be different elements that aren't in the bonus stage, or in the Emerald stage. So you just have to watch out and be careful and try to go after spheres more, while also trying to train at the same time. It isn't that difficult as I'm making it seem, but you have to remember little stuff like that. And always going after a couple of the rainbow rings doesn't hurt. Let's see. But yeah, you know, I don't think I've ever showed that one off with any team yet, so that's pretty good. If one good thing comes out of me doing Team Rose, I believe I've showed every bonus stage, and if I haven't, I will try to fit it in somewhere, either at the end of the entire Let's Play or at the end of Team Rose. I'll just look back through the video footage and see if I have missed anywhere. Let's see, the I will, just doing the bonus stage took longer than took about as long as an actual stage with this team, so that's kind of sad, but, you know, once you keep thinking about it, it's supposed to be for new players. Alright, so, let's see, where'd the switch get to? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm still not a fan of this level anyway. You know, even with Team Rose's version, I just have too many bad memories trying to go through it with Team Sonic and Team Dark, trying to keep the keys intact and having to run through this section a lot using Team Chaotix for their missions. Let's see, try to get the Team Blast if I can for this section. There we go. Oh crap, I might have needed to wait for up ahead there. Yeah, crap, okay. Oh well, we'll just... Yeah, alright, we'll go ahead and fight him. This is one of the few sections that actually have the egg pawns with the spikes on their shields. You know, you don't see that too often. And I would definitely say that that is Big's third move is actually more efficient with the than most other teams' third attack. And if you notice what Amy just said about not risking it, and with Team Dark, if you remember, we had to just blindly triangle dive down that hole. That is a big description if I've ever heard of one. Yeah, definitely. But the difference is with this trolley compared to other teams, there will be more rings along the rails, more item balloons for you to go after, and there won't be as many hazards to jump over. You know, of course, there will be a few, but there won't be nearly as many like with other teams. Let's see, there should be the third key up here. Oh, if I can ever land, there we go. Oh, okay, I thought it was up there with some team instead of... instead of with or in a cage that you had to shoot down. So you can see there are item balloons on the platforms now with each switch you hit. So if you are a little low on rings or just want to try to go after a couple lives, you know, you can easily do that. And instead of one of the dark wizards, there's only one of those orange healing wizards. Again, you know, just trying to make it as easy as I can for new players. But yeah, let me see. Should be about close to 25 minutes. That's pretty good. And it'll give me one less part that I have to do in this LP, so that's pretty good. I would definitely say 40,000 is a good round number to try to shoot for. You can see your score and time at the top left of your screen. I failed to mention that, but you should have already seen it by now, especially this deep into my Let's Play. You can, so you can kind of tell how hard you need to push. There is no clear kind of like guess on how much score you'll gain for your time. Just think of it as the faster you go, the more time the more score you'll gain. So think of 3 as a kind of a halfway point. If you get it under 2, you'll gain 40,000. If you can get it under 1, for whatever reason, you'll gain 50,000. But if you can get it around 3, you'll gain.
Get 3 minutes, you'll gain a high close to 40,000 if you can get it within under 3 minutes. But you know, if you get it a little bit slower, oh crap! If you get it a little bit slower, then you'll have to just go after. Then you'll get lower, and if you get 4 minutes, or if you get closer you get to 4 minutes, the closer you get to 30,000. So just keep that in mind while you're trying to go after the A rank, and for the time bonus. So just try to keep it around 3 minutes if you can. So Robot Storm will not be nearly as difficult like with Team Dark or Team Sonic. You can see how polite Cheese is. Even though Amy was being kind of rude, she still asked please. Alright, so Sega seems to think that the bomb dropping robots are harder than the other style of egg pawns. I would actually say that you could have put the green cannon shooting ones in there, and that would have definitely made it a little bit more difficult than just what you have there. But you know, I mean, hey, it would have been really great if I could have gotten my cream a few levels up through all that, but oh well. And Amy, okay. Alright, so if you have your Team Blast and you haven't wasted it yet, good time to use it, even though you could have mowed through everything with Big, probably, easily, just to make sure that you have enough levels up for your team. Okay, so those guys have the rock shields, so those will be a little bit more difficult. If you We are not going to waste the Team Blast just yet. I'm not sure. You may not need it for later. This may be it.
Don't get too excited, boys. Those were the easy ones.
Okay, that was just sad. I mean, that really was sad. But I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? Thank you for watching. The challenge of the video is how many of the flying egg ponds did I take down in both Frog Forest and Frog Forest Zone and Hang Mansion Zone? I thank you for watching.